Come on, guys. Where's the party? You gonna let Pink Rhino bring the whole party? Pink Rhino knows what he's got and he ain't afraid to show it. Anyways, before anyone gets confused, this is a Trumna build video, so we'll see you in a second in the simulacrum. Alright, so here we are in the simulacrum, as is standard. LV really needs to get like some tunes for this place, but what is the Trumna? The Trumna is this. I almost think the Trumna speaks for itself. It is not the picture of subtlety. The Trumna is a very large, sort of heavy machine gun type weapon in Warframe. Of course, this is the Trumna Prime, which has recently debuted. As you can see, it's very heavy firing, kind of slow firing. There's different stuff you can do in regards to that. The Trumna Prime fortunately takes less than the orbital cycle of Pluto to reload, but unlike the regular Trumna, so we don't have to worry as much about that, but let's have a look in here. So a couple disclaimers. Rhino here is holding that purple Archon shard that's adding some electric damage. Feel free to disregard that or include it in your own build. And we'll start over on my main build here, which is what we'll be showing off in the gameplay footage at the end. So we got a little bit of a mix here. Now the Trumna has good status and okay crits, we'll say. It doesn't, so it's kind of a hybrid gun for most folks. That said, I've gone the what would almost be the channel special at this point, the Blast Electric. The electric, of course, is coming from the purple shard. If you try and shove electric in here, you can do it, but you have to lose something, and I found it didn't really work. Basically, the thing with Blast and Electric is both of those two, in their own way, turn a weapon into an AoE weapon from a single target. I also don't know why it's showing a lowered magazine there. Now, the Trumna does have two things. When you kill things with your primary fire, not your status effects as far as I can tell, although I have a lot of trouble telling that, but when you kill things with your primary fire, you charge up the alternate fire, which releases a big bouncy explodey ball. If you multi-shot like we do here, you'll actually get more than one big explodey bouncy ball, which is, great. This has slightly higher crit stats too on the bouncy balls, so keep that in mind. That said, this does galvanize aptitudes. Damage does not apply to the bouncy balls, I believe, because they are explosions, and it doesn't like explosions. So this is probably the one you'd swap out if you really wanted to put the electricity in there. That said, we're going for we're going for blast. We got cryo rounds, we got thermite rounds. There was actually already heat on the gun, so you don't need this. But if you can't slot the electric in there, because then you'll get magnetic heat, which you might want in some situations, but very rarely. If you don't have a prime mod, of course, you're a new beginner, just grab the original version of cryo rounds right there. Galvanized aptitude, that's where you'd swap out something if you're a beginner, because the normal version of aptitude is not particularly valuable because it doesn't give bonus damage. It just gives more status chance. You can throw it in there, but I would probably go for something like the Vigilante Fervor or even Wildfire, just to kind of give the gun a little more roundedness, because you won't get that much from that status chance. And shooting faster or having less reloads will give you kind of an equal status over time. It doesn't increase your status chance, but if you're going status per second, it will. We got Galvanized Chamber. The regular version of that is just called Split Chamber. It's around here somewhere. You can find this one constantly in the void. If you look for the secret rooms and smash the barrels, they pop up pretty often. Rifle Elementalist, you are not going to find this one too easily as a new player. It does come from the end of the game, so the end of the story, I should say, as it stands. That said, it drops constantly in the spot. It drops, and you can probably find people who are willing to give it away to you, or at the very most, like 5 platinum, 8 platinum. Stabilizer is almost non-negotiable on this thing. It kicks like a bleep, 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 bleep mule when you fire it without that. Primary Deadhead, if you do have access to arcanes, can also be used, and you'll actually see that in mid here. For this, we are running Primary Merciless. That just gives us some nice rapid base damage without too many complications involved. And it will actually apply to our status damage as well, and it boosts up the reload speed. Because that's your two things that are going to hurt you with this gun is recoil, reload speed. And it's kind of mixed stats when you get to higher levels. It can take you either need you're when you get to the steel path, you're either going to be looking at ramp ups or you're going to need to bring some extra support from your external sources. That could include a rhino, for instance, doing this. Wham! You suddenly got damage. You can also have your sentinel mine there has the Hellstrom micro missiles and they're set to viral. Let's throw into just some regular dudes here for now. Level 100 Grenadier Battle Group. You do want to aim for headshots with this. After you get a few kills. Wow, I totally whiffed that. I also forgot. Yeah. After you get a couple of kills, you can do the big mortar bombs. You can see one flew way over there to explode. These guys have kind of moved around while I'm talking. Because I left their AI on. So let me just clean up here. Yeah, once you get a ramp up, once you get that tiny little bit of ramp up, you get a lot of extra power. Then you have the big kaboom. I do suggest like having this on the tankier frame because it's kind of slow firing and you do want to aim down sights a lot of the time. Which doesn't really do well to like this kind of jumpy sort of gameplay. So your rhinos or your Nereuses, Corvexes, got guys who can stand there and have some status immunity so they don't get knocked back by the big booms. That will serve you quite much better than generally anything else. So if we take the same group here and throw it on the steel path. Yeah, you know what? Fine, keep your AI. See if we can get a few kills. Practically speaking, you do want to shoot at the fodder enemies as well. Kill your fodder to get your big gun charged. Doesn't help when they're all split up like this, though. And then that's just the delete button, that big gun. Okay, we got a little bit of a chunky reload, even with the primary merciless. There are a couple of different builds you can do with this. This is one that's, if you really like aiming and getting crits more, this will serve you pretty well. Probably you don't want the purple shard with this one because it makes radiation. With this, you would be better off having the heat to go along with your viral. Just letting the heat sit as it is. We got primary deadhead is obviously the big switch. We swapped the element to viral, which is a quick malignant force instead of the thermite rounds. And then we've got the hunter munitions instead of the rifle elementalist, of course. And we've got hammer shot, which you can have mixed opinions on. You might want to put elementalist there because elementalist will apply to the hunter munitions as well. But it's, again, that's a personal choice. This one, which you definitely do not want the purple shard in there for, is the pure heat version because the Trumna has natural heat. So I figured why not make a pure heat gun. I'll actually swap off to someone else so you can see that in practice. I'll turn off their AI just because that's annoying. So yeah, you can see we just burn through these steel path dudes a little bit. This is one of those things where you shoot them a few times and then kind of hope they die. Big problem with this heat approach is you can see I'm not always getting the kill shots credited on my little reticle thing there. Doesn't seem to be entirely consistent, because sometimes I seem to and sometimes I don't. I don't know if that's I just held the bulbs an extra time and got them. But if you want to do the heat thing, you can do the heat thing. One thing with the heat version is you pretty much have to have a Bane mod or you have to have Roar. It's almost kind of a requirement. Realize I didn't actually have the Bane mod. Oh, I did for these guys. That's why it works so on them. If I switch over to the regular Grineer, who I do not have a Bane mod attached here for, you can see there's much less effectiveness. Don't try and do pure heat builds without Bane mods, or some kind of faction damage based, whether it's Rhinos, or Vaubyns, or Sevagoths, or a couple of those aren't technically faction based, but yeah. Be careful using your pure heat mods. Anyways, that's the Trumna. It is a big old gun. I'm not super a fan of the design. I feel like it got a little too clean. I know that's kind of the deal with primes, but like we kept the Entrati obols, I believe those are called, but we don't have like the honeycomb kind of brickwork stuff anywhere on the gun. It's only gun like all pure Oregon, except for the very end of the barrel and the side piece. I would like to see them kind of keep that texture there instead of adding this clean bit. This has been your visual critique of the Trumna Prime. Anyways, I'll show you some steel path here in a second. It is going to be with that Rhino build, so keep in mind if you try and do the same thing, you don't get the same results. It's because you didn't bring the same frame. You also might not have a companion with Viral. Just to show it off a little bit more practically and dynamically, if you don't want to check that out, remember to leave a like and subscribe, all that fun stuff. If you want to see more stuff here, let me know what you want to see build for in Wayfinder. Feel free to check it out, or Warframe. Feel free to check out other stuff on the channel, including Wayfinder as well. If you like Warframe, you'll probably like Wayfinder. It's a pretty high chance. And we will see you in the next one. For everyone else hanging out, we'll show you off some gameplay. Welcome to Mott. It's a party. Not of your lifetime, though. It's really kind of mid. Neural Sentries have no good music, as you can tell. But yeah, this is the steel path in all its shiny, steely glory. You can see we are going to town on some pools. You try and line up your shots if they're nice enough to line up for you, because there is some punch through on the Elementalist mod, so you will build up a lot of stuff much faster. But yeah, you can see we are just quickly demolishing all of these demands.
Life support on the way.
You do have access to a grouping tool like that stuff I just did there, which is Helmet from Korra. That will also help with your blast electric stuff's effectiveness relatively significantly. No, they are not pure. Hi, Vor. You are gonna sorely regret if you come in here.
My brothers, did I not tell of this day? Did I not prophesize this moment? Now I will.
Oops.
Now I am changed.
Where is he?
Reborn through the energy of the Giannis Q. Forever found.
Guys, where'd you hide your Vor? Don't quote that. Anyways, that's Vor. He stole the Acolyte's spawn, so I guess that's that. Also, please in the comments do not tell me where you hide your Vor. What you do in your own time is you, but just scrub that one from the memory banks.
Is forever. I cannot be destroyed.
Additional life support has arrived.
Anyways, we are on our way out.
Off to a successful start.
So if you have watched here, just another reminder.
Extraction.
If you've enjoyed things, like, subscribe, comment, all that fun stuff. For more, keep an eye on the channel. Check out the links down below. We will see y'all in the next one. Probably Zaku. Because this should have been the Zaku build video, but to be honest, I haven't quite figured out Zaku yet. So here we are with the Trumna instead. Anyways, thanks for watching. Hope you're having a good time. Good weekend this should be coming out on if you're watching on release day. And we will see you next time.